How about some numbers? We got a couple of numbers that just called in here. How about 631 Radio Graffiti?
I can 100% confirm you're still online, man.
Yeah, thank you. The Hitman Cause, by the way. Cheers to the Hitman Cause. I don't know what the hell Barry Blackberry's problem is, man, but he's a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I wanted to talk some football with you if you don't mind.
All right, man. What's up?
Yo, freaking, did you see Monday's game? Freaking,
I saw
the Bills freaking blew it sky high.
I don't know if you saw what I had suggested. Well, I was in the inner circle, but I had suggested that I believe Josh Allen was on a losing streak coming into this game. I mean, he is the most intercepted quarterback in the league. Now, don't get me wrong. He's a badass quarterback. He can air it out. He's a tough son of a bitch. He's 6'6". He can run. He can bowl people over. But he doesn't make very good decisions. And believe it or not, Russell Wilson has been slugging along over there at the Denver Broncos throughout all the season and has now just picked up his win. And as you can see last night, he did just enough to be able to put the Denver Broncos in a position to win it at the last second with a damn field goal. And I pretty much surmised that was going to happen to Josh Allen. I don't know what's happened to him, man. He's... I don't know, man. He had so much potential, and now he's fallen off, and I don't know what to say. But I kind of predicted that Russell Wilson had the momentum coming in, and he was going to squeeze out a win for Denver. What's your synopsis on it?
Yeah, I mean, personally, you know, that's half true, but at the same time, I feel Buffalo literally got in their own way because the first time that the kick went up, it missed. But they got flagged because obviously they don't know how to count to 11.
That's right. That first field goal was a miss, but because the damn idiot Bills had 12 men on the field, all right, that miss didn't count because it was a penalty, and then the kicker got closer and then kicked it and won the game. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe that game, man.
Yeah. Actually, even worse than that, they actually had no business even being in that position in the first place. But again, the Bills freaking got called for PI.
Look, I mean, you've got to put Josh Allen on that list of people to blame, man. He's just, for whatever reason, for every step he takes forward, he takes 2 steps back, man. So, I mean, it's either Josh Allen or the coach.
You know, funny thing that you mentioned that when it came to the Diggs brothers, I think Stephon plays for the Bills. His brother hit him up and asked him why isn't he getting the ball, and he responded, because I'm not wearing a Broncos jersey.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude, I can sense that. And by the way, there was a good weekend in football. A lot of football games were headed, actually, they were won by field goals. I mean, that particular game between Joe Burrow and Stroud from the Houston Texans, I'm telling you, Stroud, for the Houston Texans, probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks. He has been getting over 400 yards every time he's been on that field, and not to mention he can run. And now it looks like the Texans may be fledgling on some kind of goddamn wild card seat. All right? But let me tell you, Joe Burrow definitely, was outclassed, in my opinion, by Stroud. And that was decided by a field goal. There was a lot of field goals, man. I'm sorry. I love this game. This has been a very exciting season. And I'm looking forward to already Thursday night football, because apparently we're going to have, what are you going to have? The Baltimore Ravens versus Cincinnati Bengals, if I'm not mistaken. You got Lamar Jackson, which is a spectacular quarterback because he can run and also pass the short stuff and that sort of thing, with Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow needs to win this. So, yeah, man, I love football. I'm sorry, man. And I thank you whenever you bring this up, whenever you call up to Radio Graffiti, man. So cheers to the Hitman Cause. You want to give a shout-out to anybody, man?
Yeah. Actually, before I do, I also got to mention that if I were you, I wouldn't bet on Baltimore, because don't get me wrong, They still got a good record, but for the past few years, ever since I'd say 2018, they cannot hold on to a lead to save their goddamn life.
Who are you talking about again?
The Ravens.
Well, look, I think I've seen Lamar Jackson work.
I'd buy that
All right.
for $1.
I've seen Lamar Jackson work, and when it's during the season, the guy's playing like a bat out of hell. Once he gets to the playoffs, I don't know if it's a nerves thing, I don't know what it is, but he completely collapses, and the man we saw throughout that season is nowhere to be found in the playoffs. So believe me, I know Lamar Jackson in the playoffs.
100%.
Yeah, man. You want to give a shout out to anybody there, Hitman?
Yeah, well, man, shout out to you, of course, and shout out to the Thunderdome.
All right, man. Cheers to the Hitman cause. I'm telling you, I really do like football. I know everybody's like, oh, it's Democrat ball, and I get it, but still, I mean, you have to have played football to understand football and appreciate it. All right, so anyway, let's get...
And here I am once again with my afterthoughts, to which there's a few things I wanted to address with those. First off, mentioning CJ Stroud. First off, I have been pleasantly surprised with the Houston Texans and how good they're doing. I expected them to be as bad as my Giants are right now, but they've been getting it done, and I think they're either at 500 or they are 4-5, something like that. Either way, in my opinion, they're on the cusp of being a good team, or you know, just need to take a few steps towards being a great team. And I might be counting my chickens before they hatch, but you know, just by his performance as a rookie, CJ Stroud, he just might be him. He just might be him. And then, secondly, I also wanted to further address the Ravens, even though I think I pretty much covered it. In which, when it comes to the Ravens, I don't know why they do this. Because the thing is, they are an elite team. But actually, technically, I have to say they're a really good team who has the potential to be an elite team. But the biggest problem that keeps happening is that when it comes to the second half or the fourth quarter, they tend to drop off and not keep up the amount of dominating play that they had in the first half. And if 9 times out of 10, it cost them the game. Prime example was most recently against the Browns, where they had a good lead. I wouldn't say a comfortable lead, but still a very good lead going into the second half and the fourth quarter. And what happened? They blew the lead and lost the game. I'll give you another example. Last season against my Giants, going into the second half, they were up by 10 points. But what happened? They fell apart. They weren't able to make the moves that they had made before. They were getting sloppy with the ball. The turnovers were coming, and worst of all, they got it in their own way with penalties. And to the surprise of no one, it cost them the game. And the problem is that this has become their MO. Like, it's become so much of their MO that, like, I've seen, like, realistic Ravens fans come to accept it. Like, they're not happy with it, but they accept it and expect it just because it's happened too much. And they want them to do better, but, you know, they've shown no signs of learning from the mistakes and improving off this. But that's all I got to say about that. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boy. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, Struggle Vision Productions, I am the Hitman Cuz, and if you see me coming, run.